अथ चतुर्थोऽध्यायः। श्रीभगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रोक्तवानहमव्ययम् विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह मनुरिक्ष्वाकवे ब्रवीत्.
So Bhagavan is saying that this yoga I had told to sun. Vivashwan is the name of the current sun. He is told, I had told this to I, the indestructible, that he is referring Aham Abhyayam, that I am such that I cannot be distracted. I cannot be dispensed with. I am always there. Abhyaya. Vyaya means which you can expense. But abhyaya means howsoever you expense it, it will still stay. So it says I am abhyaya. It is not possible that I am not there. I am always there. So he says, then Manu told it to his son. Vivashwan told it to Manu and Manu told it to his son Ikshvaku. Which knowledge he is talking about? Which we told earlier, we have discussed earlier. That knowledge he is telling, not the one he is going to tell. Already which has been told, he said, this I had told earlier. So it is referring to chapter 3, this what he is saying. Yes.
एवं परंपरा प्राप्तम् इमं राजर्षयो विदुः सकाले नेह महता योगो नष्टः परन्तप.
He says there Ikshvaku onwards, Rajarshi means those who were kings, but they were kings, seer kings like Janak. That because earlier when the kinghood was there, king was ideal in every sense. Whole country emulated king, and king also considered that their subjects as their own children. They were not, so many such examples are there. Even our name from where Bharat comes. Bharat, that time, he did not have a son worthy of ruling. He had 9 sons. But he said none of them are worthy. Then a yagna was done by Rishi Bharadwaj and a son was born. A person was born, you can say. And that was made as ruler. Though this example I am giving to say that they really considered what is good for the subjects. It is not that there are no, my generation only should run. So kings were really ideal at that time. They knew the knowledge. So this my and thy was not in their ignorance. This kind of ignorance they were not having. There also dharma should be upheld. Because this sense comes to the people, those who are in the mode of ignorance. And that is what Arjuna is undergoing. Because his problem is this, how will I fight my relatives? That is his whole problem. So by so many ways, Krishna is trying to make him understand this properly, that this thy, my is not there. If you are a real ruler, a real Kshatriya, that means you should follow your dharma. That has been the tradition. So here he is telling that this knowledge, evam parampara praptam. From this parampara, what is this parampara? Guru Shishya parampara. That one gave to another, another gave it to it. So it is a living tradition. So sometimes when there are no worthy of people to carry it forward, then what to do in such a situation? Like yesterday, Kishore was asked, why this knowledge was not? Where did it go? Because when there are no worthy to uphold it, then it becomes again gupta. Means again it is there, but nobody is there to take it. So he is telling that evam parampara praptam imam rajarsho bidu. Like that, it kept coming from one king to another rajarshi, because they kings were seers also, rajarshi. So they kept giving to one another. That way it kept coming. Sahakalene mahto yogo nasta parantam. But in between, there were no worthy followers, so it got lost. So, this is what he is telling. That this yoga which I have told you, this got lost. Nasta means here what? How can yoga become nast? See, there is no worthy to carry forward. It was there, it looked there. It disappearance. Nast here means it is there, but nobody is there to uphold it. So, ऐसे कलयुग में भी से no कि there's all the Sad Granthas, they disappear. Disappear means what? Nobody is there to take that up. So that's why it is called disappearance. So he is saying this yoga was there, but it got lost for some time. Yes.
स एवायं मया तेद्या योगः प्रोक्तः पुरातनः भक्तोऽसि मे सखा चेति रहस्यं ह्येतदुत्तमम्.
So he said the same yoga which had got lost, now I am seeing that you are dear to me and you are my friend. So I am telling that secret kind of knowledge to you, which got lost. Secret in this sense that it has gone, it has disappeared. So I am putting back again into the human. So in that sense he is saying secret, not that somebody has kept it for something like that. It is nobody was knowing now because there was none who could uphold it. So again you are there, so I am telling it to you. There is a rahasyam et uttamam. This is the best knowledge. That is why he is saying that something which are very good, you keep them safe. That's what the person is then. So it's a rahasyam et uttamam. Uttam means best. So this knowledge is the best knowledge which now I am giving it to you.
Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivashvadaha katham meta vijaniyam tvamadau proktavanidhi.
Aparam bhavato janma. Now Arjuna is asking, it's natural to us, that he is saying, you are here and now in front of me. And sun is very old. So he's giving very clear that you are there and I am there, both are born now, but you are saying I had told it to the sun. So how will I know this? How is it? For me to make it understand, how is it possible? Aparam bhavato janmam param janma vivashvata. Dekho, param word yahan aaya. This, how many ways a single word can be used? That is, word is same, it is like tool. For how many purposes you use the same tool? Say param janma. Here param means old. Param janma vivashvata. Aparam means not old. And it also means, aparam means you are visibly here. Now the sun is there, we all know it is so hot. How can a human being survive there? So that is also, he says, aparam. That means body, that means aparavidya. This is made of all five senses, all five these panchabhutas, which if they go near the sun, they will burn. Okay. So he says, you are this, and that is param. In every sense. So many meanings are there in it. But clearly he is expressing his doubt. How is it possible? You are here in front of me and you are saying that I have told this long back. Tamado Proktvanadi, that you had told it into the beginning. So he is expressing his doubt that this how should I trust? How to know this?
श्रीभगवानुवाच बहूनि मे व्यतीतानि जन्मानि तव चार्जुन तान्यहं वेद सर्वाणि न त्वं वेत्थः परन्तप.
Now what happens whenever he is asking such question, he is just adding on to the story. Well, nothing else can be done because he has already told from the very beginning in first this is how you are, I am super soul, you are soul, over. Earlier also in this chapter, the third chapter, he has told Sahayagya Prajasishta Puruvak Prajapati, that this is how they created the Praja, and that is what they're giving, that you do yagna and keep moving. Anena Prashvaddham, like with this you do, with this yagna, you please one another, and then you can move on. This is how it is. But he forgets every time. Same thing he has told that this is how you are and I am, but again he is asking. Once he has told that this is the thing, then he should have understood it properly. Now, okay, this is how it is. Then everything is possible. If this is there, then whatever you are saying must be true. Either your no sentence is true or every sentence is true. How can it be between that some are true and some are not? So that he is not getting properly. So he is again adding on to the story. So his story is so long that we are saying, okay, for this much you cannot understand, I will push it little back. I have told you that how this creation, this thing got created, how we are here. Still you did not, well, let me push it little further. So he pushed it to the sun, that when there was nothing, there was sun, I had told to the sun. Now he said, oh, that is the case. Then he says, how? And he is adding on to the story. There are bahuni me vyatitani janmani. There are so many births of mine have elapsed. Before this, I have taken so many births. And Taucharjun, and yours also. Not alone, my alone, you also have taken so many births. Tanyam Ved Sarvani. I know all those. Na tvam vedta parantap. But you do not know. Oh parantap, parantap. Tap ka dekho, another meaning here. Param means mein, param plus tap, parantap. So here param means other. Tapah means this, that you burn something. Tapate na aag mein you burn. So it's a parantap, the one who slays other. Other means here enemy. Other here doesn't mean divine. Which word means where what? How will you know? So he is referring to Parantap, the slayer of enemies. That you burn others, you are such a person. Parantap. He says, there are so many births I have taken before that. I know all of them. But you do not.
अजोऽपि सन्नव्ययात्मा भूतानामीश्वरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवाम्यात्ममायया.
This is how this whole statement. What he has said in this, he is just going to say the just opposite in the next. He said, there have been many of my births. I know all of them, you don't know. Now he is saying beginning, Ajo. I am never born. So many births, and then he says, I am never born. Ajo api. Ajo api sabhyaya atma. So, I am never born. I am unborn. Sanyabhyaya atma. I am that soul which is never expensed, cannot be expensed with. Vyay means vyay nahi hota, iska same word. Vyaya means vyapak also, but here it means that cannot be expensed with. So I am such that I can never be expensed. So these are the synonyms for Sanatana only. Something which is always there means Sanatana. So it's Abhyaya means as much as you expense it, but it is never going to be expensed. So San Abhyayatma, I am that inexpensible soul. Bhutanam Ishropi. Now again he is saying Bhutanam, the ones who are born. So he says, I am the Ishwar. Again, in English there is no word for Ishwar. So that is where confusion begins. What will I tell Ishwar? There is no translation. So if you want to know knowledge of one tradition, you need to know that language and its nuances and its history, what all words are there, then you move in that flow. So here Ishwar, then I have to define. But defining is possible somewhere for indication. So Ishwar is not God. Ishwar's definition is Ishwar Sarva Bhutanam Hridadeshe Arjun Tishtati. Same word he is using here also. Bhutanam Ishwaropi. I am the Ishwar for the Bhutanam. Bhutanam means those are considering themselves being born. That is called Bhuta. That's why we call Panchabhutas. 5 elements. Those who are considering themselves that I am nothing more than this accumulation of these 5 elements. If these go, means my body goes, then I am going. There is nothing beyond this. Those who are in that mode living, we call them Agyanis, that they are no knowledge. But they are called Gyanis, because your knowledge is taken from these senses only, from your Indriyas only, which are made of again, these things are elements. But that is why it is called Avidya. Knowledge of avidya, not of the vidya. So here he is saying Bhutanam Ishwar. Of the being borns, I am Ishwar. Because for the ones who are living in the sense of being born, I am staying in their heart as Ishwar. That is the definition. Ishwar Sarva Bhutanam Hridadeshe Arjun Tishtati. That will come on later. So, his words are same. Either you read the beginning sentence or you read the last sentence. He is saying the same thing. So, that connection is everywhere. He says, Bhutanam Ishwarapi means, later he will say, Ishwar Sarva Bhutanam Hridadeshe. So, here also he is referring to the same, Bhutanam Ishwarapi. I am unborn. I cannot be expensed with, but if you say, no, if you are referring to the Bhutanam, then you get expensed with. He said, no, that's not for me. I am in the heart of the being born as Ishwar. I am there. Prakritim swam adhisthaya sambhvam atmamaya. Now here is that is where Sahaj Smriti Yoga may say. Prakritim swam adhisthaya. The self, swa means self. So there are the small self we call when so long as we are ignorant. We are progressing. So self with small s, that's how we can say. And self with capital S. So he is speaking about the self with a capital S. That swam adhisthaya means I have reached to that state of awareness. I am in that state of awareness that this whole nature, Prakriti swam adhisthaya. Now we are driven by Prakriti, Swabhava and Karma. But he is saying he is in that state of realization where Prakriti and Swabhava is in his self. All this is a Prakriti Swam Adhisthaya. All this I can put, Adhisthaya means to establish, in myself. For the ignorant beings, it is self, their self is driven by nature and Swabhava. For the realized one, nature and Swabhava was driven by his self. They are working as like in an ocean, some drops you have put there, also there. So, they are water and they are also mingling. So much water is there, 2 drops more. How does it work? So, it's a Prakritim Swamadhisthaya. This whole nature, which is composed of Satrastam, Trigunatmak, Vristi we call nature, different words. This is Swamadhisthaya. I give that nature place into myself. And Sambhava Atma Maya, from my own powers. Maya is not something negative. Nothing in this is negative. Its role has to be understood properly. Where it is playing the same katha, when we say, it says, for those who are in the mode of Shraddha, for them it helps so much, and those who are in the mode of ignorance, for them the same thing eludes. They become much more fool. Same thing. Why this happens? Because they have made themselves like that. They are looking from that perspective, so they get that the same thing is same. So here he is saying, from those who are in doubtful mode, unko that kind of fruit they get. So he said, Prakriti Swamadhisthaya. This nature, I nestle it within myself and then I create. Through my Maya, I create myself. Means, I give myself to it. Creating myself means what? I give myself to it. The parts I give it to it because I am inexpensive. Yes.
Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharat abhyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srajamyaham.
Now he is telling him the next. This is most very commonly read slokas, these two. Yada yada hi dharmas. He says, why I need to give myself? Why this I have to do? He says, yada yada hi dharmasya galanir bhavati bharat. Whenever and whatever, he is not giving any time. Yada yada, when it happens. Whenever it happens. Yada yada means when and when. No date. The people try to put it in time. They make mistake because he is not saying anything about time. He can also say that in this date and this time I come. He said no, yada yada, whenever. And this has a very deep meaning. If this meaning is understood by people properly, it is here and now. That is the meaning. Yada yada. Whenever there is any kind of fall in the dharma. Now what is this dharma? Here is the word used, dharma. Everything which is there in the existence, where it sees this is essence and this is superfluous. You see in everything, no? Everything's essence we say, if you have a lemon, suppose, you say, bring its juice. Just example I am giving how to understand it, essence. Then you take out the juice and you throw the rest of the apple because there is nothing into it. So long as it was a lemon, you kept it safely. You don't know this juice is in it. But the moment you have squeezed it, you can throw it out. So that means you are valuing lemon for its juice. So there is essence. So lemon is dear to us because it has that essence. So that is the dharma of the lemon, to have juice. If there is no juice in lemon, nobody would give a value to the lemon. So likewise, everything what is there in existence has its dharma. So he says whenever that is disturbed, he is not speaking about human beings or anything. Just saying dharma is disturbed. Whenever dharma is disturbed, means things as they should be, some disbalance is happening, they have lost a sense of direction, something, lost why they should uphold that. If suppose lemon stops giving us juice, rivers stop giving us water, everything goes just a reverse direction, that means the dharma is not being followed. So things are so much related because everything then comes to the karma. Here if anything most important is karma. That is because man is most conscious being in this whole existence. Now such things, when they are there, people, because those who are in the mode of ignorance, they do not accept things which are there, visible in front of their eyes. They still, some people say, oh, my dog or my phalam, my dika. Nobody is saying that you do not, but you understand them in proper proportion. Like this has this much value, that has that much value. Then the human being is capable of upholding maximum consciousness. So his karma, human being's karma, play a role in whole in the existence of earth, at least that is visible now. We are seeing day and what is happening to the, who is destroying all this jungles and trees and greenery, we ourselves. So that means what we do, it has a repercussion. Our karma reflects on us. And since the whole existence is one, it is related so complicated way that you never come to know how one thing has led to another. That is what we say butterfly effect. That you do something somewhere thinking that there will be local impact only, but it happens somewhere else. Something. Then you keep figuring out how it happened. So that is why saying, if you have somewhere you have not done what you should do, then it will have repercussions. And that also have been, everything can be understood through one's own person. That dharma can best be understood because that is the nearest thing we have. Everything, see how, suppose you are attracted or you get tempted to some sweet. Who is eating? Mouth. But who is suffering? Stomach. So that means it is not necessary that the one who is doing karma, he only will suffer. Because all is related. They all are related. So one is doing और करे अपराध को और पाव फल भोग. अति विचित्र भगवंत गति बनत न जाने जोग. Somebody else is doing karma and somebody else is undergoing the bhogam. How is it? So, but it is so. Because in the eyes of the existence, it is one. If we have to become like that, then we have to see the one. That oneness has to be seen. And then it has to come in our behavior. So he is saying in the same Prakritim Swam, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Galazir Bhavati Bharat. When this regulation and moderation is lost, when this, what the dharma of the things is, it go kaput, it go haywire, or it is disturbed. So at that time, abhyutthanam adharmasya, to make it different from what is, because dharma becomes adharma if it is not following its essence, what is its nature, what it is. If it is not following that same thing, become adharma. What else is adharma? So he is saying to uphold that. Abhyutthanam adharmas. From adharma to bring it back to the dharma. That is the abhyutthan of the adharma. That something has gone down, so it has become adharma. So if you bring it back to the level as it should be, then it becomes dharma again. So it's abhyutthanam. Otherwise, why to abhyutthan of the dharma? Abhyutthan is to raise up. It has gone down, so you bring it up. So that is abhyutthan. Utthan means to bring up. Tadatmanam srijamyaham. Vahan, tada means, that is where. Tat means vahan. Tat means that. Tat atmana means that atma srijamyaham. That is how it is created. Srijan is a very, this thing, it should not be seen as a creation. Tadatmanam srijamyaham means I am soul, what else I will create? So I am putting myself there. Wherever dharma is going down, I only come and I go do it is uphold again. And so that is a way to say that I remove that ignorance. By anything, how a dharma becomes adharma, that knowledge is gone. How people leave their nature, how they should be, how they go wrong. Because this consciousness is lost, it is disturbed. In human beings' cases, is very clear. Anything, anybody can know that no, I am going wrong. But if for a long time they keep on doing, then that becomes a habit, and then it becomes inertia, and that becomes doubt, and then it's again gone. Long. So he's saying, whenever such things happen, yada yada hi dharmasya galanir bhavat bharat, whenever this is leaving its place, what should be is not happening, then I create tadatmanam srajamyaham, then I create myself. That is the meaning.
Question is coming.
Yeah.
So Srinivasan is asking, you mentioned about spoiling jungles and forests. We are doing this for human survival and we cut trees for human needs. Is this dharma or adharma? How should one see this?
No, needs, there is a way to address your needs. There is sufficient, even now when the population is more than 7 billion on the planet, still there is sufficient for all to survive. So survival is not the issue. How, that is the mode of consumption is not right. So the mode of consumption needs to be set right. And that comes that whosoever is there, what all species are there, you alone need, are you the only one who needs to survive? You means human beings. All other species also need to survive. Those who are dependent on forests, so many creatures are there, so many other species are there. Not only species means plants alone, there are other living beings also, insects and other beings, other animals, wild animals, so many. So you are destroying them for your own bad habits. You have become accustomed to eating in certain way out of habits, not for the survival, because you have forgotten how to eat your food and what for you need food. So both things need to be fixed. So you are not cutting trees for your survival, you are cutting trees because you have forgotten the right relationship and right proportions between the two. Even government studies, forget a specialist tours, government, those are telling that no, right proportion is not being maintained between human habitat and natural habitat. That needs to be reclaimed. Means reclaimed by jungles, that your jungles should be more. So when we are going against that, then it cannot be, we cannot hide behind survival. We will have to make our habits proper, that as much as needed for our survival, if it is taken right way, then nature is bountiful. So cutting is not necessary. You cut one tree, how many years it takes, then you should calculate all that these many years it takes to grow, to become a full-fledged tree. Cut that much and plant 10 more. So there is a way. I mean, this is just a rude example, a raw example, but every locality, there is local knowledge available. They know, no, this much jungle is not there, then certain diseases come, because that whole habitat is interdependence is there. So that needs to be understood. We are becoming oblivious to that. We are blinded by our own greed, and we give it a damn what is happening to others in that habitat, and that is not correct way. So if we change our ways through right knowledge of our consumption patterns, then there will be no need to cut such trees in a blind manner. Otherwise, what is need based, that's always been there. So this is not understanding properly that what should be done, what steps should be taken, to what extent one should cut. Then it is okay. So there is no contradiction between your survival and preserving the nature. Contradiction is between ways how. that how needs to be understood.
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
So now the word sadhuna. Sadhu comes from sadhana. Sadhana, to balance, to do sadhana. Sadhu means the ones who are, so his next sentence is very, this thing. He says, his words are related to one another. It is like water falling top, down, downwards going. So what is said in the previous sloka, because he is in conversation, this verse is language. It is like we are speaking now in English. That time it was Sanskrit. So we are saying these are slokas, for him it was a conversation. So it has to be logical, it has to be clear. So he is telling what is first sentence, he does not second sentence, he has to connect that this is how. So the conversation. He says the paritranaya sadhuna. Why I need to do this? Uphold the paritranaya sadhuna. Sadhu means those who are sadhan, those who are upholding it. To provide them sustenance, to protect them, to tell them how you will survive by doing the dharma. So paritranaya sadhuna, to those who are upholding that dharma which I have come to uphold, to them paritranaya and vinasaya cha duskritam. He is not, so vinasaya cha duskritam means to destruct those who are destructing dharma. So both, what else is needed? Somebody who is upholding what needs to be upheld, you protect them. And somebody who is trying to pull it down or distract them, you distract them. So he says these are the tendencies. Here he is saying sadhuna means beings, but duskritam tendencies, bad tendencies. It is not saying, he is very careful and clear. That duskritam means bad activities. Duskritya. So if same person is there, his duskrits are gone, he becomes sadhu. So he is not asking very clearly that you need to kill a person, to change a person. Person is changed, he becomes sadhu. He says paritranaya cha sadhuna vinasaya cha duskritam. So to protect the sadhutva and to destruct the asadhutva. So that dharma sanstapana artha hai. Simple words. What for very what for I do this? To establish the dharma which has gone wrong. Just to fix that, I create soul within the beings. That is the meaning. That person is already there, soul is already there in them, but they have forgotten that they are soul. That's what he is saying from the beginning to end. That you are not a body, you are soul. Once you come to realize this, you uphold the reality over. So this is not going in your heart. You are not accepting it, the reality. Reality is this, that you are a soul and you are my part as a soul, not anything else. So if you have forgotten and I am remembering, it is just trying to tell you that this is who you are. So then you will uphold your soul. That is where it says, we say that everything for the soul and nothing at the cost of soul. So here he is saying that dharma sanstapana. So that is the dharma of the soul. What is the dharma? This everything soul or essence you call. That it should be in its proper place. Like you value a lemon for its juice, you value your body because soul is there in it. See, at the second stage, if you see, come down from soul to life, because that can be understood by everyone. If life is not there in body, who is going to value it? Nobody. So same way we call this divinity life in life or life of life. Because higher you go, then this life also. Can you visualize in sun it is breathing and this whole oxygen is all is happening? That means if it can be told, that means in what way it is alive. If something is being told to sun, either I had told this to the sun. Now you perceive, but it cannot be this. Not like person like us. How can you tell it to the sun? So that means life is not that which we are considering as life. So we are saying that consciousness. That means soul is conscious, which never falls in this false sense of life. It doesn't overpower. It is not overpowered by this false sense of being born and being died. Neither consciousness is not considering that I die and I am born. Wherever this sense comes into it, they fall into Bhavasagar, we call it. No, then they get attached. So that becomes the reason for adharma. So if we are soul conscious, then we will not do adharma. Adharma is done because we are not soul conscious. Because knowingly who will do wrong? Who want to harm themselves? Today only this guy did such thing. I was just thinking how someone such a young life could do this. Just because he lost the sense that had he been spiritually connected, there was no possibility. Because something which has to happen, why should you hasten it? You have been given this precious time and you are wasting it. That's it. So he's saying, Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha duskritam. Dharma sansthapanartha sambhavami yuge yuge. So that to establishment of the dharma is that of the soul, sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuga again. Yuga means two things. Yes, yuga means union again. Yuga means age also. So, as much as we are conscious, accordingly we understand the meaning of the same words. That here it means this, here it means this. So that's what he is saying. These 2-3 things are understood properly. Then he is saying, whenever there is a fall into dharma, there because I am dharma. So I am Abhyay. So I get up. No, I am here. Who is there to uphold me? So if somebody is aware, then say, I am there. Okay, then I protect you. So then another sutra comes. Dharma rakshati rakshita. That is how all this Sanatan Dharma, every word is related. All the Shastras you pick from here and there, you will find the same thing. Well, connected with one another. From one sentence, you can just like one string theory kind of a thing. One string you take on a whole you see from there. One word you take and your mind will run everywhere. Oh, this is there also, everywhere the same thing is there. Dharma rakshati rakshita comes from everything. You say it comes from there, you can say depends from where you are seeing. Somebody takes that to be previous and he sees here. If somebody takes this to be previous, then he is seeing there. Because in Sanatana, as this today's newspaper, this question answer means, Sanatana, there is no sense of time. Sense of time is when the time begins. But where the time itself is taking shelter, where is now there you can speak such sentence on it. When. See, in time when we say when, we are referring to at what hour, kitne baje, what time, when did you come. So we tell in it at 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock we come. But when we are saying this, when we are beyond time, when did you come? What will you answer? When you come, then you come, that's the answer. Because there is no time. So you say yada yada hi dharmas, because his language is like that. Whenever this is going down, then I come because I am everywhere. But there needs to be somebody who upholds it. And this knowledge is also always there. But if it is lost by the unworthiness of the upholders, then somebody has to come and reunite it again. To give it, look, this is it. Again, then it again starts flourishing. He said, Dharma samsnapnarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Yuge yuge means union. Whenever it is needed, then I am there. He is not naming in that sense in which you are. Now people are according to their own knowledge, whatever they want to interpret, it's their wish. But neat, as we say, clear, pure sentence is what he is saying. Only going through his words. he would have meant that, he meant that, this is not right way. What he says, if you have capacity to decipher that, that is it. This is what he is saying, this is what it is. He is saying simple, very simple words, may one thing to another, and he is telling clearly. Whenever it is going down, to raise it up again, I am creating this soul. Tadatmanam srajamyaham. So I become there. Creation should not be understood in this material sense that he creates something. No. कोई सृजन ऐसा नहीं हुआ. Just he becomes there because he is dharma. He said, no, I am there. Just somebody need to see. In everything, whenever it is going from dharma to adharma, he comes as a dharma and says, I am there. Just uphold me and you will be upholded. Dharmo rakshati rakshita. Ayogshim bahamyam, all those things he is saying.
जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यम् एवं यो वेति तत्त्वतः त्यक्त्वा देहं पुनर्जन्म नैति मामेति सोऽर्जुन.
Now, Janma karma cha me divyam. So what is the meaning here that divyam means what? He says, the one who knows my janmas and karmas as divyam. That my janma and my karma both are divya. Yo veti tattvata. The one who knows tattva. Tattva gyan means that again essential. Essential knowledge is tattva gyan. And tattva word, as I have told so many times, tattva, thou that are. Tat means that, tva means you. Tattva means thou that are. He says, if you know tattvata, so that makes you and him both one. That is tattva gyan. You are not different from him. So, just that is where we say Jiv Bhuta Sanatana. That the one who has become Jivatma is also the part of the Sanatana. So he says, Janma karamcha me divyam yo veti tattvata. My janma and karmas, the one who knows essentially how they are. Tyaktva deham punarjanam naiti mameti soarjuna. When this body is left, then he doesn't take the birth again. Simple. The one who has come to know that I am not this, then where is the janma for such a one? It's over. So Mameti Sarve, that he is me only, or he comes to me only. That is the meaning. Mameti, मैं ही हूँ वो. That is how he becomes or comes to me, both the meanings. The same thing. The water comes into the water, it becomes me. So that is the Janma Karamcha Me Divyam. Divyam means not div. Div comes from the Jyoti. Div means the light. In common language also it's a dip dip kar raha hai. Something is doing dip dip. Let's be saying. That means that light, illuminates. So Divyam means here the one who comes to know that he is in the form of that divine light. It's always there, which cannot be distracted. So when you know that you are light who is never going to distract, what is the point of you that you will again be born? You may for some other, there are other things. But once you are liberated by this sense that this is not me. Problem is when you tendencies, your connections and everything is related, then you have not got over with the sense of world. So you are pulled by the world. So who is doing this? You are doing it time and again. No, I am still not fulfilled. I will come again. I will do it again. I want to go with the same rigmarole again and again. Who will do it? Well, ignorant people only do this. So everything and what you do in 24 hours, whole life you are doing the same thing. What else? But still you say not enough. In 24 hours, you just have an observation. what we are doing in the cycle of 24 hours, whole life we are doing that only repeating mostly. And despite that, we are not free from that. No, death is happening again. Something is left. I want to do the same thing again. So, will we be called wise? So here only some people come, and they are not living their 24 hours same way. For them, there is some purpose. They have come to somewhere. That is different. So when we come to know this, so they are not born. They are not called born because they are already liberated and they have come with this knowledge that they are liberated already. So for them, there is no death. There is no birth. Death and birth is only for the ignorant ones. That is what he is telling. Janam karm cha me divyam yo veti tattvata. The one who knows essentially how janma and karmas of my are, they are divyam. Means they are untouched by this, what is happening here. So if you know that this is it and you are his amsha, so you also start doing the same thing. Then you will also be untouched by the same thing. That's what he is saying in different words. He just trying to make him understand that this is how the thing is. In different words from the beginning till end, he is saying the same thing. No change at all. That I am super soul, you are soul, my answer. Words and stories, he is just putting the thread little farther. He says, okay, with this much story, he'll come to understand. He says, no. I said, take a little further, I tell you. Earlier, before that it was that, before that it was that. How long you want to go? It is eternity. We can keep pulling this thread. So until you come, when the moment comes, I am fulfilled now. Now it is come. So we stop there.